So we're going to start out today. Make sure you have two blocks. Make sure you have a blanket or something for your knees if you need that. You don't need blocks. You don't need blankets, but they are nice props to have to help us. I'm going to start out by sitting on a block because I'm going to elevate my hips so that my knees go down a little bit and I'm able to keep a straight back. So let's find ourselves in a comfortable seated position at the top of the mat or on the mat somewhere. Start to take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just feeling the temperature of the air as it comes in through your nose and how our body changes the air as it leaves our body. We take what we need and we leave what we don't need. Start to think about your environment. Maybe you hear sounds. Maybe you're in a silent room. And start to bring all of that towards the center of your body. Let's take both our hands and place one hand on top of your sternum at your heart and the other hand on top of that. And gently just press in towards your heart, bringing everything in towards the center. Thinking about the breath, thinking about our body, our thoughts, our mind, and attaching an intention to our practice. Maybe we intend to be patient with ourselves. Maybe we intend to just accept what our body is giving us this morning at 7:30 a.m. Take the arms out to the side. Palms are facing up. And let's take in a deep breath as we bring the arms up overhead. So breathing in. Touch the fingertips, pause. Reverse the hands, exhale, bring the arms down. Reverse the hands, palms up, breathe in, arms up overhead. Reverse the hands, arms down. Let's place the hands on the right thigh. Give yourself a gentle twist to the right. Exhale, come back center, same on the other side. Exhale, come center. Let's place our hands on our knees, doing some seated cat-cow. So we're bringing our shoulders down, chin up, opening up the chest and breathing in. Rounding the back, chin to chest, pushing the knees away. Let's do a couple of those at your own pace, but connecting with the breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And one more cat, one more cow, come back to center. Place the fingertips on the floor in front of you. Start to bend at the waist, trying to keep the shoulders down and back as you keep the back long. And we walk the fingertips out, just going as far as you can go. When you reach that point where it feels like a nice stretch, feels like you've reached as far as you're going to go, just pause and do a little bit of a scan. Notice where you feel some resistance or some sensation, and just notice. And as you're noticing, maybe you can melt just a little bit deeper. Taking a deep breath. And on an exhale, walk your hands back in towards your feet. And let's come up to a seated position. Let's roll the shoulders back once, twice, 3 times, and then forward 3 times or 4 times. Let's take the hands out in front, interlace the fingers into a fist, and push the fist out. So you're pushing your arms out, rolling your shoulder blades off the sides of your back, and then bring your arms in, connecting your shoulder blades in the back. Let's do that a couple of times. Pushing the fist out, rolling the shoulder blades off your back, pulling it in. It's like a scapular exercise. You can do this as push-ups as well. So pulling out, in. Let's do one more out, one more in. And then shake your hands out. Clasp your hands again. Let's do some wrist circles. Warming up those wrists because we will be doing some poses where we put some weight on our wrists. And we want our wrists to be woken up. And gently, gently put your left hand out. Take your right hand and just gently pull your fingers back, straightening your left hand. And then let that go, and then take your left hand and point the fingers all the way down to the floor. Let's do the same on the other side. So right hand out. Take your right fingers and just gently pull them back with your left hand. And then point the right fingers towards the floor. Let's take our arms out in front. Cross the right over the left at the elbow, and then bend the elbows, grabbing the top thumb, so that your right thumb. And we're coming into our eagle arms. And then raise the elbows and push the elbows out. So you're going to feel some sensation, a stretch across the middle of your back, your lats. Taking a deep breath, let that go. Shake your arms out. Bring the arms back out in front, like we're the mummy. Cross your arms over, left over right. Bend at the elbows. Grab that upper thumb, which is your left thumb, I think. Yes, it is. And again, raise your elbows up. Push the elbows out. So up and out. Taking a deep breath. And let that go. Let's drop the chin to the chest, keeping your shoulders down and up, down and back, I should say. And then take the left ear to the left shoulder. Come back center, right ear, right shoulder. And do a couple of these at your own pace. You can even take your arms out to the side, and when you go over to one side, like if your right ear is on your right shoulder, your left arm can help you stretch that left side out. So if you're extending your left arm and your right ear is on your right shoulder, go to the other side, extend your right arm, left ear, left shoulder, get a little bit more of a stretch in your neck. And come back to center. If you're sitting on a block like I am, remove the block. Place it at the top of the mat. Let's find ourselves at the top of the mat in a tabletop position. So our hands should be nice and wide, splayed out. And we're gripping the mat with our fingertips like a gecko. And the middle fingers should be pointing roughly straight ahead. Shoulders are over wrists, hips are over your knees, tops of the feet are on the mat. And we're in a nice solid foundation right here in our tabletop position. Let's take the right arm out and the left leg back. Flex that left foot, bringing the kneecap up towards your thigh, engaging the knee. Let's bring that back down. Left arm out as if you're shaking someone's hand or reaching for something. Right leg back. And notice your right arm. Your right arm should be nice and strong. You're not dumping down into one side. And yes, we are holding this. And then bring that down. Right arm out as if you're reaching. Left leg back as if you're trying to step on the wall behind you. Noticing that left arm. And bring that back down. Let's do one more each side. So left arm out, right leg back. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down. Right arm out, left leg back. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down. Let's take the right knee up. Keep the knee bent so the sole of our foot is pointing towards the ceiling. And try to get some height with that knee. Then bring the knee out to the side in our fire hydrant asana. And then bring that knee back down. Let's do that again. Knee up. Knee out to the side, the right side. And back down. Now let's bring the knee out to the side. And then back. And then down. So right knee out to the right side. And back. And down. Waking up the hips. Let's extend the right leg to the back of the mat. Roll over the toes. Push the front of the mat away with your hands. Rolling over the toes, over the middle toes, the small toes, so you have to pivot your foot on your toes. Maybe sawing back and forth, waking up the hamstrings and the calves and the quads. Lift that right leg and bring it across your body, placing the right foot on the outside of the left side of the mat. Push the front of the mat away. Gaze over your shoulder at that right heel. Right heel should be pointed towards the ceiling. You can push the heel away while keeping your hips in the same place. And notice your stretch. Notice where you feel some sensation here. And then lift that leg, bring it all the way across, place the right foot on the outside of the right side of the mat and bring your torso all the way up into gate pose. I have to adjust my knee here. Right hand, right knee. Left arm comes up and over. And then let's reach towards that left wall. Trying to keep your upper body in line with your hips, bringing that shoulder back in space. If it's in your practice, you can take your right arm and reach out for that imaginary ball. that someone is passing to you. I don't know what kind of game this would be where you pass the ball this way. And taking a deep breath on an exhale, come all the way up. You can place your left hand on a block or on the ground. And then bring your right arm all the way up. And then angle your right arm so that we have this line coming from our heel all the way up through the leg, through the torso, out through the shoulder, and extended through the arm. And we're reaching with our fingertips and grounding with our heel and trying to keep that shoulder again back in space. And breathe into this. It's a nice side stretch. And let's bring everything back to center. Bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Have your 2 blocks handy. Or if you don't have blocks, no worries. And let's scooch the left knee back so that we're in a lunge. Uncurl the back toes. And make sure that your front leg is at a 90 degree. Don't want to overextend at this point. Torso is up straight, so we're not leaning forward. Torso is up straight. And just do some small pulses, some small sawing action forward and back. Just going from your starting position just a little bit forward. And just noticing how you're stretching out those hip flexors and the muscles that connect to the inner groin area. You can play with this. Now let's take the blocks, and I'm going to straighten my front leg. So straighten your front leg. Kick the hips back and start to bend at the waist, bringing the chest towards the mat. Back is as long as you can make it. Bringing your shoulders back and down. Front toes should be pointing towards the ceiling. Foot is flexed as you can, as much as you can. So if you find your foot going off to one side or the other, it's a different type of stretch. So you want to have your foot flexed and toes pointed towards the ceiling. Take in one more deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up, rebend the front leg, scooch that left knee in so that we're at a 90-90, so 90 degrees with our back leg and 90 degrees with our front leg. And let's come to our hands at prayer at our heart center. We're going to take our left elbow and hook it over our right knee. So if you need to use your right arm to help that elbow go all the way over like I do. And then we're twisting to the right, hands at prayer, trying to bring our thumbs towards the sternum, gazing up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, come all the way forward. Place the hands at the top of the mat, bring the right knee back in line with the left knee. Maybe shake your tail a little bit. Check your alignment. Check your foundation. Notice your fingertips, your fingers gripping the mat. Let's raise the left knee, keeping the knee bent. And then bring that left knee out to the left side, trying to get as much height as you can, and then bring that back down. Let's do that again. Left knee up, left knee out to the side, and back down. One more time, left knee up, left knee out to the side, and down. Now let's bring the knee out to the side, and back, down, left knee out to the side, and back, and down. One more time, left knee out to the side, and back, and down. Extend the left foot to the end of the mat, pushing the front of the mat away, rolling over the toes, sawing back and forth. Roll over the big toes, small toes, middle toes, all the toes. Lift the leg and bring the left leg across your body, placing the left foot on the outside of the right side of the mat. Push the front of the mat away, gaze over your right shoulder at your left heel, which should be pointed towards the ceiling. If it's in your practice, you can try pushing that heel away from you while keeping your hips in the same position as much as you can. Noticing. Maybe your intention at the beginning of class was to be in the moment and notice how your body feels. Lift that left leg, bring it all the way across, placing the right foot on the outside of the, left foot on the outside of the left foot on the outside of the left side of the mat, placing the left hand on your knee, right arm up and over. Practicing my right and left. Keeping that upper torso in line with your hips, so right shoulder coming back in space. If it's in your practice, you can take your left hand and reach for that ball in this weird game of ball exchange. Taking a deep breath, come all the way up, placing your right hand on a block. Left arm comes up straight, and then angle it so that we have this long line from our heels all the way up through our fingertips. So grounding with the heel, flexing the leg, and reaching with that hand with the fingertips. Taking in deep breaths and noticing how your ribs expand. And on every breath, you have a different sensation. One more breath in. On an exhale, bring the left foot to the top of the mat. Scooch that right knee back so that we're in a kneeling lunge. Bring the torso up straight and start to saw the knee back and forth. So the left knee is going forward towards the toes, over the ankle a little bit. Playing with this, noticing what you notice. And come back up straight. Grab your two blocks. Straighten the left leg. Kick the hips back and start to bend at the waist. Noticing your left toes should be pointed towards the ceiling. I hear some good breathing from the people who are in my studio with me. Taking a deep breath, go a little bit deeper on your exhale. One more deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up, rebend the front knee. Bring that right knee back in so that we're at a 90-90, so 90 front leg, 90 back leg. Hands to prayer, thumbs at heart center at your sternum. Let's hook that right elbow over the left knee and do a twist to the left, trying to bring the thumbs towards your heart center as much as you can, gazing up towards where the wall meets the ceiling. Taking a deep breath and exhale, come back center. Replace the left knee next to the right and bring your hands to the top of the mat. Let's curl the toes under, so we're going to curl our toes and come up on our toes. Lift the knees and push yourself back into down dog. And before we get into a resting down dog, pedal your feet back and forth, bringing your left knee over to the right side, right knee over to the left side, and twisting those hips. And then come back to center, and let's check on our down dog. So our feet are about hip distance. Arms are framing our ears. And then our hips are being pushed back in space as if someone was pulling our hips from the back. And our knees can be slightly bent. Straighten the legs to the extent that you can, and our heels are going towards the mat. Depending on your ankle flexibility and how tight your hamstrings are, all sorts of stuff. Your heels may never touch the mat, and that's just fine. No worries. But we do want those hips back in space and that back long. Let's come up on the toes. Look at the top of the mat and tiptoe all the way to the top of the mat. Coming into a forward fold. Come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold again. Chin to chest. And then just make your way up slowly, slowly. Keeping your chin on your chest. Head comes up last. And we come into a mountain pose, Tadasana at the top of the mat. Maybe do some shoulder circles here, forward and back. And find your foundation. My feet are hip distance because that's what feels comfortable. If you want them a little bit wider, that's up to you. Find your foundation, find your balance. Lift your toes a couple of times. Say hello to your toes. They're always down there doing something. Let's bring our hands to... I entertain myself like this. Bring your hands to heart center. Couple of breaths here. So when we're in Tadasana, it's not a passive standing there waiting for the bus. We're internally rotating our legs. So our femurs are trying to go in towards the center. Back is long, shoulders are down, our hands at heart center, neck is long, as if someone had a string and was trying to pull us up towards the ceiling. So yeah, we're not just standing here, we are actively standing here. Taking one more deep breath, exhale. Arms out to the side and up overhead as we breathe in. Let's grab the left wrist with the right hand and pull ourselves over to the right, kicking the hip towards the left. Exhale, come center, same on the other side, so grab the right wrist, kick the hip to the right, pulling towards the left. And come back to center. Bend the knees, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, come up halfway, hands on your shins. Nice long back, so our shoulders are up and back and down, meaning our scapula, our shoulder blades are down. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, bring the arms out to the side, breathing in and arms up overhead. Hands to prayer, exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Arms out to the side, breathe in, hands up overhead. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and up overhead. Hands meet at prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. And let's just pause right here. Maybe take a couple of breaths. Let's bend the knees and bring the chest towards the top of the thighs. And we're going to come up on our toes. We're in like a squatting position. Bring your hands out in front, and we're going to just lean forward over the toes. Lean forward and back, massaging the toes. Yeah. Maybe when you get to the top part, maybe just bounce up and down a little bit, massaging your Achilles and that ankle and the forward, the front part of your shin. And let's do that a couple more times. And slowly make your way back up to standing, keeping your chin on your chest. And come all the way up, roll out the shoulders once. And we're back to our mountain pose, Tadasana. Arms out to the side and up overhead, breathe in. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. Come up halfway and let's hold right here. Let's bend the left knee, taking the left arm and placing it on the inside of your shin. So we're pressing our arm against the knee, and the knee is pressing against the arm. Right leg is straight. Let's bring the right arm up as far as you can go. And notice we're kicking our right hip back in space. Where do you feel that sensation? In the hip flexor, maybe in the lower back. And bring your arm up only as high as you can. Let's bring that right arm back down. Straighten the left knee. Bend the right knee. Bring the right arm on the inside of that knee. Press in towards the knee as your knee is pressing in towards your arm. Left leg is straight. Left arm out and up. Kicking that left hip back in space. It's probably not going to go anywhere, but you're thinking about it. And then bring that down. Let's do that again. So bend the left knee, left arm on the inside, right knee is straight, right leg is straight, right arm comes up and back down. Bend the right knee, straighten the left arm comes up in space. This is a great stretch for runners. And bring that back down. We're at the top of our mat. Let's slowly make our way all the way up to Tadasana. Bring our hands to prayer at heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees forward, fold. Exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands to the top of the mat. Extend the left leg to the back of the mat. Bring the knee to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Let's come up into our kneeling crescent. Hands up. Slight back bend. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Uncurl the toes. Lift the knee. Bring the right foot to the back of the mat. We're in our plank. And let's just hold in this plank for a moment. If you want to, you can bring your knees down. But if your knees are up off the mat, engage your legs, engage your kneecaps, bring the belly button in towards the spine. And then let's push back into down dog. Let's lift the left leg up in the air into our three-legged dog. Bend the left knee and open the hip to the left. Maybe you can circle your foot one way or the other. Square the hips back to the mat, coming up on the right toes. Round the back, bring the left knee to the chest, and then left foot to the top of the mat. Good job. Ground the right knee, uncurl the toes, coming up into kneeling crescent on this side. Arms up, slight back bend, maybe gazing up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Deep breath in, exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Uncurl the toes, lift the knee, and bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms out to the side and all the way up overhead. Hands meet at prayer. Exhale, hands at heart center. Couple of breaths here. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands to the top of the mat. Lift the right leg and bring it all the way to the back of the mat. Bring the right knee to the mat. Uncurl the toes. Come up into kneeling crescent. Arms come up. Maybe you can bring your hands together. That's an option. Different stretch for your shoulders. Slight back bend. And exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Uncurl the toes. Lift the knee. And then bring the left foot to the back of the mat. We're in our plank again. Maybe you want to bring your knees to the mat. It's up to you. One more deep breath here. Push back into down dog. Lift the right leg to the sky as high as you can bring it. Bend the knee. Open the hip to the right. Maybe do some foot circles. Square the hips. Come up on your left toes. Round your back. Bringing that right knee in towards your chest. And then bringing the right foot to the top of the mat. Ground the left knee. Uncurl the toes. Come up into kneeling crescent on this side. Arms are up. Maybe your hands meet. Inhale, and on an exhale, bring the hands to the top of the mat. Uncurl the toes, lift the knee. Bring the left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, come all the way up. Arms up overhead, hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Arms out to the side and up overhead, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bring the left leg to the back of the mat. And let's hold right here in a runner's lunge. Bring both hands up into crescent pose. Noticing your front leg, back leg is strong, heel is off the mat. Looking back, I lost my balance. So arms are up. Let's pivot on the back foot and bring the heel to the mat. And as we do that, we move our hips off to the left side. Let's bring arms out to warrior two. So notice your warrior two. back leg or back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Front is pointing forward. Our right knee is as far over our ankle as we can, not too far over. Arms are shoulder height. Torso is straight. Shoulders over our hips. And we're noticing. Maybe you look back towards your back fingers. Look towards your front fingers. Let's straighten the front leg. Kick the hip back. Reach forward. Bring the right arm down. You can place it on a block or by your shin. Left arm comes up into triangle pose. All sorts of options here. Maybe gazing up towards that thumb. Taking a deep breath on an exhale, come all the way up. Rebend the front leg. Reach forward, drop the back arm. Come back with that hand painting the ceiling with your fingertips. And come forward, placing the forearm on your knee, or you can place your forearm next to your shin. Left arm comes up and over like we did at the beginning of the class, creating that long line of energy from your heel to your fingertips. And then bring both hands to the top of the mat. Right foot goes to the back of the mat. And let's lower all the way down, chest to mat. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Your feet are going to the right, then to the left. Massaging your quads. Maybe you might bring your feet all the way back, straightening your legs. Coming forward. And then let's come back to center. Bring the feet down. Curl the toes. Push up into tabletop. Lift the knees. And push back into down dog. Let's come up on the toes. Look at the top of the mat. Tiptoe to the top of the mat. Breathe in, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in, hands meet at prayer. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in, bend the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Extend the right leg to the back of the mat. We're in our runner's lunge here. Both hands come forward and up into crescent pose. Notice your alignment. Let's ground the back heel and come into warrior two. Notice your alignment. Notice your front leg. Back leg is strong, grounded. Shoulders over your hips. Arms shoulder height. Maybe gazing towards the front. Bring your head and gaze towards the back. Gaze towards the front. Bring your heels together and then let that go and sink just a little bit lower into the pose. Straighten the front leg, kick the hip back, reach forward, drop the back arm, and come, bring your arm down, left arm down. You can place it on a block, and then left arm comes up into triangle pose. Gazing up towards that thumb, Or you can gaze down towards the mat. Take in one more deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. Rebend the front leg, reach forward, drop the back arm. Come back, painting the ceiling with your fingertips. And come back forward, placing the forearm on the knee or down by the shin. Right arm comes up and over, creating that long line from our fingertips to our heel. Taking a deep breath, bring both hands to the mat. Left foot goes to the back of the mat. And then bring the knees down to the mat and bring the knees out to the edges of the mat and big toes in towards each other, touching in the back, and then push back into child's pose. If you have a hat on, reverse your hat. Now in child's pose, if you can't go all the way back, place a block or two underneath your hips. You can also place a block under your forehead too. All sorts of ways to accommodate and make things accessible. And we're breathing. And let's come up into our tabletop. We're going to cross our ankles and then push our hips over the ankles into a seated position, bringing our heels to the top of the mat. We're in a seated forward fold. Just finding ourselves right here, finding your sit bones. Let's bend the knees slightly, bringing the heels in. And then lean forward, placing your chest on your thighs and placing your hands either on your ankles or on your toes. And then pulling your chest in towards your thighs, trying to keep the back long. And you could stay right here, or if it's in your practice, you can start to walk your heels out, straightening your legs. Taking a deep breath, exhale, slowly come all the way back up. And let's make our way down to the mat. So lowering ourselves all the way down to the mat. Head hits the mat last. And have a block within hand's reach. Let's bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Lift your left leg, keeping your knee bent, and then place the left ankle on top of the knee, creating a figure four. And then interlace your fingers around the back of your right knee, and then pull that right knee in towards your center, in towards your chest. You can keep the right knee bent, or if it's in your practice, you can straighten the right leg. And notice that left knee. Try to bring the left knee, I don't know, it's not down, it's out and back. And bend the right knee if you had your leg straight. Bring the right foot to the mat. And then bring the left foot to the mat. Let's do the same on the other side. So bring the Right leg up, keep the knee bent, place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Interlace your fingers and grab the back of your left knee and pull that in towards your chest. You're going to notice a difference from each side, so each side's going to react differently. If it's in your practice, you can straighten that left leg, pulling in towards center. Bend the left knee, bring the sole of the left foot to the floor, and replace that left foot to the floor as well. Grab your block, and we're going to place it on the low long setting and place it in between your knees. So it should look like this. And then squeeze the knees in toward the middle. So we're squeezing our knees in toward the center of the block. Place your hands next to your hips, palms down, and find the tip of your middle finger with your heels. So let's press the block in towards the center with our knees, or press our knees in towards the center of the block. My syntax is not working this morning. Press the palms of your hand into the floor, and then raise the hips into bridge pose. Squeeze the glutes together and bring the belly button in towards the spine. Think about pressing the knees forward towards the wall. Press the hands into the floor. One more deep breath in. On an exhale, bring the hips back down. Let's do that one more time. Knees in towards the center, pressing the hands down into the floor. Raise the hips into bridge. Glutes are engaged. Abs are engaged. Bringing your knees forward. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring the hips down, remove the block. Place your hands around your knees and bring your knees in towards your chest, in towards your armpits. Maybe roll side to side, massage that lower back. And let's take both of our peace fingers, so our first two fingers, index finger, middle finger, wrap them around your big toes. And let's come into happy baby. So we're bringing the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, shoulders going towards the floor as you pull your feet in towards the mat. You can even roll side to side here. If it's in your practice, you can extend one leg. Bring that leg back down, extend the other leg. Bring that leg back down. Now let's come back to happy baby. Let go of your toes and slowly bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Let's extend the heels to the edges of the mat, so the corners of the mat. Bringing your hands alongside your body, palms facing upwards. And we're coming into our Shavasana. So in Shavasana, you are starting to bring your nervous system back to homeostasis, but you're also noticing. You're noticing how your body feels after all of that movement, bringing your mind down to your feet, following your body all the way up to the crown of your head. And along that path, if you feel any kind of resistance, like if you feel some tightness in your shoulders, just try to let gravity help you melt into the floor. Face muscles are relaxed, jaws relaxed. Notice your breath. And notice any thoughts that are coming in and out. And just notice them and let them go. Start to bring your mind back to your body, back to your breath. Maybe you were time traveling, thinking about what you did yesterday, thinking about what you have to do. We're bringing our mind back to awareness, back to now. Take your arms up overhead, hook your thumbs together, give yourself a big, long body stretch. Bring the soles of your feet to the floor, bending your knees. And when you're ready, you can roll to one side or the other. Cradling your head on your bicep and just pausing. And when you're ready, you can make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Again, there's no rush. Comfortable seated position, back is long. Couple of breaths right here. Let's bring our hands to prayer, thumbs at your sternum, at your heart center. Bow your head. Find your gratitude. Find gratitude for being able to practice, having a space to practice, having time to practice, having the ability to move, having a calm mind, being patient with ourselves. And think about how we can carry this practice of awareness out into our daily life. Yoga doesn't stop at the mat. Taking a deep breath and exhale, letting it all go. Thank you.
Thank you. Good way to start. I've got a busy day today, so.
Yes.